They said her opa tasted like magic, but no one knew the price she paid to make it. In the heart of Umudike village, before the cock crows and the sun lights the sky, a long queue forms. Old men with walking sticks, market women with tired eyes, hunters returning from the forest, all stand quietly in line, waiting for Madame Vanessa's opa. Her name alone stirred excitement. "She's coming!" The children would scream the moment they saw her from afar, carrying her wooden tray covered in white cloth. The aroma from her opa, hot, rich, and smoky, was like a spell. People came from distant villages, some crossing rivers just to taste it. Women begged her to teach them her secret. Some even offered to pay. But Madame Vanessa always laughed. "Ah, if I give you my recipe, who will buy from me?" What they didn't know was that her secret was never meant to be shared, because Madame Vanessa's opa was made with something unholy. Many years ago, in another village far away, Vanessa was just another struggling woman trying to survive. She sold opa by the roadside, calling out to passers-by, but no one came. Day after day, she sat with her unsold food, watching flies dance around it as the sun burned her skin. She cried at night. She cursed her fate. "Why is no one buying from me?" she wept. Until one day, in her desperation, someone whispered a name to her. The herbalist of Neosha Forest. They said he wasn't an ordinary man. They said he could make your name, fill every mouth in the land, if you were ready to pay the price. Vanessa didn't hesitate. She found the forest path and walked into the darkness. The trees stood like silent guards. Birds didn't chirp. Even the wind was still. And then she found him, the herbalist. Old, with red chalk on his face and a crooked smile that sent chills down her spine. "You want people to buy your opa?" he asked without her speaking a word. "Yes, Baba, I will do anything," she cried. He looked at her with eyes that didn't blink. "Then listen carefully." He told her to buy a big local dog, the kind used for guarding farms. "Bring it to me," he said, "and I will make you rich." She obeyed. The next day, she returned with the dog, and under the pale moonlight, the herbalist performed rituals that made the ground shake. He poured blood on the earth, chanted strange words, and blew white powder into the sky. Then he gave her the final instruction. "From this day forward," he said, "every morning when the cock crows, you must lay with the dog. Then mix your release with the dog's dung. That mixture will make your opa irresistible." Vanessa trembled. "Lay with the dog?" she whispered, her voice shaking. The herbalist nodded. "Every morning, and never miss a day, or everything will be lost." Vanessa looked at the dog, then at the dark road behind her. She closed her eyes, and she agreed. She even offered herself to the old man to prove her loyalty. That night she packed her belongings. Her cooking tools and the dog then disappeared. She reappeared in a new land, the village of Umudike. Her arrival was quiet. She rented a small hut and set up a cooking spot beside a mango tree. The first day, her opa sold out in 1 hour. By the third day, people were fighting in line to buy from her. And so it began. Every morning before the first cock crowed, Madame Vanessa would sneak out of her hut and go behind her compound. She would do the ritual, whispering the words the herbalist had taught her. Then she'd prepare her opa. Her fame grew quickly, but so did the whispers. People wondered why she was so attached to her dog. She bathed it like a baby, tied it with fine cloth, and even fed it meat from her own hands. Still, no one asked questions. After all, her opa was unmatched. Then one day, Daniel came into her life, a handsome young man with a bright smile and a big appetite. He bought 1 wrap of opa, then 10 more. By evening, he had eaten 15 wraps. He paid and gave her an extra N10,000. "Madam, your opa is a gift from heaven," he said. The next day he came again, and again, every day. Soon he became her most loyal customer, then her friend, then her lover. He would sit beside her as she sold, help her clean up, even walk her home in the evening. They laughed, played, and shared secrets. Except one, her darkest one. Daniel started spending nights at her place, and that terrified her. Each morning, she would quietly sneak away to perform her ritual. But one morning, Daniel woke up early. She missed the ritual that day, and for the first time in months, she sold nothing. She tried again the next day. Still, no customers. Her charm was breaking. She grew cold toward Daniel, pushed him away, cried behind closed doors. Daniel, confused, thought the dog was stealing her attention. So one night while Vanessa slept, he poisoned the dog. At dawn, as the cock crowed, a scream tore through Umudike. "My dog! No! Not my dog!" The villagers rushed to her hut. "It's just a dog, Vanessa. You can get another one." But she cried and wailed like she had lost her child. For days, she didn't speak. For weeks, she didn't sell. Her shop grew dusty. Her name faded from the lips of the villagers. Daniel begged her to smile again, to talk, but she said nothing. Until one night, she whispered to herself, "I must return to the herbalist." Dear wonderful viewers, before we dive back into the story, if you're enjoying this story, please show some love, hit that like button, and tell us in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, yes you, because every click, every comment, every subscription keeps this story fire burning. Thank you. Now, let's return to the story. She journeyed through the forest once more. The herbalist was waiting. "You broke the chain," he said. "Now a curse follows you. How do I stop it?" she begged. He leaned in and said the unthinkable. "Only the death of the one you love can break the curse," she gasped. "No, not Daniel, please." But he handed her a bottle of white powder. "Pour this into his bathwater. He will die peacefully, and your charm will return." She took the bottle and walked away in tears. That night, Daniel held her hand and said, "Vanessa, I want to marry you." Her heart cracked. The next morning, she carried the powder. Her hands shook as she opened the bottle. She poured it slowly into the bucket. Then a voice behind her said, "Vanessa, what are you doing?" She turned. Daniel stood at the doorway, eyes wide. "Answer me! What are you doing?" Tears streamed down her face. She couldn't speak. Daniel stormed out. By evening, the village knew everything. That night, Vanessa disappeared. Some say they saw her in another village selling opa with a new dog. Others say she went mad, walking the streets barefoot, stirring an empty pot and crying. But in Umudike, no one forgets her name. And every morning, when the cock crows, mothers whisper to their daughters, "Let your hands be clean, because evil may bring you success, but truth always finds its way." Moral lessons from the story. Not all success is clean. Some come with a price that the soul cannot afford. Vanessa got fame and fortune, but it cost her peace, her dignity, and in the end, her happiness. When desperation pushes you to the wrong path, destruction often waits at the end. She wanted her opa to sell, but her choice led her into darkness she couldn't escape. The truth will always rise, no matter how deep you bury it. Vanessa thought her secret was safe, but secrets don't stay buried forever. Love cannot survive where lies and darkness live. Daniel loved her truly, but love died the moment truth was poisoned. Be careful what you chase. You might catch it and lose everything else. Vanessa chased fame and riches and lost her soul in the process. What you feed your body with matters, but what you feed your conscience with matters even more. People enjoyed the opa, but they never knew what they were really eating. No charm can give what honest work, patience, and faith can build. Shortcuts to success often lead to long roads of regret. My name is Kachi. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. See you in our next video.